Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Today is the first day of the 2019-2020 Federation Bowling season. My name is Chris Beans, and we are live at Lane Glow South. Today, we're looking at two teams who are going to go head-to-head, 4-on-4 bowling action to see who comes away with points to advance, bragging rights, and who goes away with their tail between their legs. Our featured teams today, FGB versus the Dream Team. Our format, we're looking at 3 team bowling games, and in addition, 2 Baker format games where bowlers will alternate frames. Today's sponsors, our feature sponsor, Brunswick Bowling. Go to brunswickbowling.com for the latest on products from Brunswick Bowling Products, as well as BowlerSmart, America's most trusted bowler retailer. Go to bowlersmart.com for the latest in selection from all brands available to help you with your game. In addition, today's sponsor is Coolwick. Go to coolwick.com for the latest in custom designs and jerseys. I'm wearing one right now. It is fantabulous and comfortable. Very airy, will help you while you bowl. Also sponsored by 12Bagger, big supporter of the YBT Youth Bowling Tour. A positive movement for bowling. Go to 12bagger.com to learn more about them. And of course, today's broadcast is powered by Bowlers Rant. Go to youtube.com/Bowlers Rant for the latest in network, tech talk, and reviews. We're going to stay with you all throughout the broadcast today, and we're going to interview a few members from each team before we start. But before we do that, let's take a look at the Brunswick Vapor Zone Solid featuring local staffer Don Yoshihara.
My name's Don Yoshihara. I'm a staffer with Brunswick Bowling here in Tampa, Florida. Today we're throwing the Brunswick Vapor Zone Solid. This ball is an asymmetric solid, perfect for heavy oil, featuring dynamic core. Okay, what I liked about the Vapor Zone Solid was it was very smooth off the transition. It didn't stand up, and it was very continuous through the pins. Very predictable for me.
Watching Don throw the Vapor Zone today, I was extremely impressed with the variety of angles that he could create with it. He could go straight with it, he could hook the whole lane, and regardless of what angle he's playing, the dynamic core that allows him to carry is just off the chart. The core that's in the Vapor Zone Solid is just incredible in the way that it continues through the pins. Not so much angular, but just a strong, heavy roll through the pins, and the carry is incredible.
And the dynamic core is good.
Subscribe. Share on your Facebook feed. Alrighty, we're back, and we're looking for someone. There he is. Who is this guy? Come on up. Let's step right up.
King Troll.
King Troll. I'm here with King Troll.
Yeah.
All right, he is with the FGB. All right,
Absolutely.
First question. Do you think you're going to win, and why?
Well, the odds have been stacked against us all the year. We came together as a squad, talked about it over the summer, and I believe so. We're going to be ready.
What ball are you going to open up with today?
Oh, boy. I use every brand possible. So I'm going to start with the Mission first and maybe go with a, oh, boy, Roto Grip. Forgot which one I brought. Daredevil. And probably a Fire Oh, Jesus. Intense fire.
All very good balls.
Not too bad.
Okay. And I know there's a lot of side action here. Do you have any personal matches that you are invested in?
I have a very good personal match that's dear to my heart today, and she bowls on the Wise Guys. Her name is Jessica Belcher.
Oh, boy.
She talks a lot of crap. She's getting taken down today. Yeah, you know, Jess. She's getting taken down today. Just to give you the heads up, you're in trouble. But and other than that, we have our team versus other teams, so we're all ready to rock and roll. But it's going to be a fun year. We're excited.
That is what's up. All right. Thank you for joining us. Good luck and good bowling.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Corey Masura. All right. I've got another bowler here, Corey. Thank you for joining me. We are live. All right. So, what makes you think your team's going to win and why?
I think we have the highest averages per team over here. We have the strongest scratch team. Hey, we were here yesterday. Me and Yosh had the top 2 scores here, so how are we going to get beat today?
Woo! And you see that. Okay, one more thing. So, do you have any side action bets against someone? Do you have a personal match you're invested in?
No one would actually take me on a personal match, but I'm out here willing to go if anyone wants some.
Okay, you heard it first. Corey Masura is available. So if you need any side action, go find Corey Masura on lane 7. Okay, we're going to look for a member of the Dream Team. While we do that, let's take a look at the Brunswick Hero. Okay.
My name is Don Yoshihara. I'm based in Tampa, Florida, and I'm a staffer with Brunswick Bowling. Today we're throwing the Brunswick Hero, which was recently announced at Bowl Expo. Perfect for medium conditions, featuring dynamic core. What I liked about the Hero is it's real smooth, allows me to get a little further right on the house pattern, but I can see it coming into play on sport patterns or lower volume patterns that we face when we're bowling local tournaments. And the dynamic core speaks for itself. It's amazing.
As I was watching Don throw the Hero, I was really impressed with how clean it gets down the lane. The length on that thing is incredible. When it hits the friction, it doesn't go crazy. It's a ball that on a burn lane or a sport shot, short sport shot, should be really, really useful. So Don, what did you think about the Hero?
Really good ball. I think it's going to come into play for really good for league bowlers, lower volume sport patterns. I can see you coming out of the bag a lot when we're bowling a lot of local tournaments or around the state.
I see the length on that thing is incredible.
Unbelievable. Never really was worried about it hooking too early. Real smooth, but continuous. It went through the pins really well.
And that ball's got dynamic core too,
Dynamic core, Activator 2 cover stock, really responded well to some service changes.
You can tell when a ball's got that dynamic core.
It makes a difference with the pins.
Enormous difference.
Subscribe. Share on your Facebook feed. And we are back. Folks, I am joined with members of the Dream Team. I've got Kenny and Anthony here. Let me tell you, the FGB is talking tons of trash. They say they're going to beat you. I would like to know what your response is to that and why you think the Dream Team's going to take it.
We've been here before, we won it last year, so they're coming in and challenging us, so we'll see what happens, make the best team win.
Okay, fantastic. And what ball are you going to open up with?
I'm going to throw the phase 2. I had success with it yesterday here at the trios, so I'll start with that, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, thank you. Good luck and good bowling.
This guy does the same thing. Look,
All right, Kenny,
how you doing?
like loving your hat? Okay,
Absolutely.
the FGB's talking trash. How do you respond to that?
just go up here and see what happens out there.
Okay.
Pretty much. I mean, like as Anthony said, we've been here before. We know what we got to do. New team, new faces, and stuff like that. We're not worried about it. We're just going to go let our lane play do the talking.
You're going to let the lanes or the bowling do the talking.
Absolutely.
Okay. What ball are you going to open up with?
I am going to open up with the Storm Astrophysics. I just got it drilled up. I threw it yesterday. Love it.
Like the motion?
Yes, absolutely. Very smooth down lane.
All right. Good luck and good bowling. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. Folks, you heard it here first. It's the Dream Team versus FGB. We're going to go back to the standby screen while we annotate the camera towards the lanes. Stay with us all day long, and feel free to pop some questions in the chat, and we'll get you the answers as we have them. We're back. Practice is starting up. It's about to get hot in here. Chris Beans, your host, going to stay with you all day long. If you're at home and you don't have your favorite beverage, your favorite coffee, your favorite adult beverage, go get some. Get plugged in. It's going to be a day to remember. Some great bowling action. FGB versus the Dream Team. We're going to take a look at the chat. Make sure if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you want to make fun of anybody, feel free to put some comments in. We've also notified both teams that if you throw it in the gutter, we will make fun of you. Want to give a shout out to our Brunswick staffers, our regional staffer, Xavier Pulara. Shout out to Brunswick staffer, Don Yoshihara. Shout out to Brunswick staffer, Joe Brannon. Two of those guys are on our pair today. Shout out to DVA regional staffer, Jason Zook, owner of Zookie's Pro Shop. Shout out to Jimmy Nemeth, radical staffer here in Tampa, all brands owned under the Brunswick umbrella. Shout out to Cliff Barnes for putting this together. There's an Andrew Adler sighting here. He's in the house. What's up, buddy?
Thanks, Chris. How are you?
I'm good, man. Good to see you. And there you have it. Andrew Adler in the house. Darren Baginski's in the house. Should be getting started. We have about 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in practice. This is the standard house shot here at Lane Glow South. And again, shout out to our sponsors, Coolwick, Brunswick, 12 Bagger, and Bowler Smart. powered by Bowler Grant, with yours truly. If you guys haven't already, please share this on your Facebook feed, share it on your Facebook groups. We want this to be a movement and to get the word out. Looks like lane 8's going a little long in practice. We'll see how that plays when the game starts. And of course, a big shout out to the fans and the viewers. We see that there's 91 of you joining us in real time right now. That is an amazing number. We appreciate you spending your time with us today for Federation Bowling, the 2019-2020 season for Event 1. As stated earlier, there are 5 games today, 3 standard team games, and 2 additional Baker format games. That's a lot of bowling for one pair with 4-on-4. The lanes are going to break down. Players are going to have to adjust if they want to keep their scores high. Sean Goucher's ball is going long. That's really interesting. See if he can adjust during practice. 5 minutes left, of course, in practice before competition starts. Going to take a look at the chat here and there, so if you don't hear any audio, do not freak out. We're with you. We've got 2 computers. We want to make sure we're giving equal time between the chat and the broadcast. And, of course, we want to give a shout-out to Darren Baginski. He's the mechanic here, and he makes sure that these lanes are always top-notch for the best bowling action. Darren, thank you so much. Taking a look at Corey Masura's action. His ball reaction looks pretty good in practice. We'll see if it stays that way. He's been on fire lately. Shout out to my good friend Ben Brindle, 900 Global Regional Staffer. Shout out to Austin Andrews. Shout out to Gerard Jones. Shout out to Tyrus Page. Shout out to Anthony Wigan. Love the late 10 pinfall on lane 8 during practice. Hope to see more of that. Carry is important. Let's see how Joe Brandon looks in practice. Man, his ball can move. Shout out to my good friend Mike Arujo. I might have just murdered his name. Folks, again, thank you for joining us today. We're just finishing up practice. 1 minute, 44 seconds left in practice time before competition starts. Not sure how the food is here. If anybody knows, please pop a comment in there. Thinking about getting a hot dog or some chicken tenders. In case anybody doesn't know where we're at or you just tuned in, today is the opening day of the 2019-2020 Federation Bowling season. We are broadcasting live here at Lane Glow South in Florida. 4-on-4 action about to begin. FGB versus the Dream Team. We're going to run through the lineup for everybody just so you know. On FGB, we've got Joe Brennan, Corey Masura, Sean Goucher, and Don Yoshihara versus the Dream Team, Austin Vogt, Joey Flood, Anthony Russo, and Kenny Riggs Jr. They're about to finish up practice here. Only got about 10 seconds left. All right, practice is over. It is about to go down. If you're not here, you're missing out. The energy here is electric. People just can't wait to get started. This is where it to be. And we'll tell everybody up front, we do try to keep the broadcast clean, but you never know when someone's going to pop in a nasty little cuss word. So if you do get offended, you're just going to have to suck it up. Pink ladies are in the house. Good luck and good bowling, everybody. The teams are getting nice. They're getting energetic. They're getting fired up. The high fives are going around. People are getting their drinks. They're getting their food. Testosterone is in the air. Oh. We just got made aware you can't get your beers till 11, and there was some disappointment around there. Not sure how to respond to that. Yours truly, I'll be looking for coffee. Gonna check in with the chat. And we're off to the races. Joe Brennan starts up, gets a nice strike for FGB. First up on the right, Austin Vogt. There's the ball across third arrow. Comes in, leaves a ringing 10. Next up on lane 7, Corey Masura. Steps up between third and fourth arrow. Ball checks up, gets a nice strike. Austin will look to see if he can convert. All spares matter. There's the ball. Nicely converted. All right, next up on the left, lane 7, Sean Goucher, fan favorite. Number 85 steps up. There's the ball. Cross third arrow. Comes up, and he gets the strike. Joey Flood is next. Delivers the ball right across second arrow. Carries the strike. Next up, Yosh. Let's see if he can go for it. Teams are looking for the high five. Right across fourth arrow. And leaves a flat 10. Let's see if Yosh can convert. 10 pins are not his friend sometimes. And on the far left, we'll give a shout out to Gerald. We see him. He's about to step up and throw the ball. Let's just catch him for a second. There's that big backswing. Ball comes up and he gets a nice strike. Gerald, nothing but love for you. Yosh looking to convert the spare. There it goes. And he gets it. Well done, Don Yoshihara. Hold on, folks. We're looking to see what's going to happen over here. We might be short a bowler. Let's find out. Stand by. Nope. We're good? Okay. I think we're good. All right. Next up, Anthony Russo. Steps up. There's the ball between second and third arrow. Comes up and gets the strike. Taking a quick timeout. Bowler seems to have suffered a bit of a small injury. Everyone is concerned. I see Jimmy in the house. Got cash, got cash, got cash. Just checking the approaches here. We want to make sure people can bowl safe. Next up on the right, Kenny Riggs Jr. The lefty throws it out. There across second arrow. Ball comes in, and he gets a nice strike. Alrighty, getting back to the action. Austin Vogt, there's the ball. Comes in, got a little high, leaves the 3-6. Seeing lots of cash come around here. The action is hot. All right. Let's see if Austin can convert. This should be a fairly easy spare, but it's never guaranteed. There's the ball. Comes in. Nicely done. Looks like Joey Flood is next. Going to step up on lane 7. Pre-shot routine. Joey steps up. There's the ball. And there's another strike. That's 2 for Joey Flood. Next up on the right, Joe Brannon. Let's see where his target is. There's the ball right across fourth arrow. Looks a little pulled. Does it hold? And it gets the nice strike. Next up for FGB, Corey Masura. Working on a strike. Frame 2 of game 1. Federation bowling season. There's the ball in between second and third arrow. And he gets a strike. That's double for Corey Masura. Anthony Russo delivered the ball, gets a strike. Next up, Sean Goucher for FGB. It's starting to become a strike fest in here. Let's see who breaks the chain. Sean Goucher stepping up, frame 2, working on a strike. There's the backswing. Ball delivered between second and third arrow. And leaves a weak 10. Next up, Kenny Riggs on the left. There's his ball. The lefty gets a nasty strike. That's a double for Kenny Riggs Jr. Sean will need to convert. He wants to stay clean. All right. There's the ball right across the fourth arrow. Looks easy to do. Fairly easy. Good job, Sean. Alrighty, Yosh working on a spare, frame 2 on lane 8. Let's see if there's an adjustment. There's the ball, a little bit more right than last time. Comes in, carries the 7 for a nice mixer. Alrighty, next up, Joe Brennan working on a double, lane 7. Steps up, there's the ball between fourth and fifth arrow, and pulls it, leaves a nasty set of pins. Next on the right, Austin Vogt working on a spare, has not struck yet. There's the ball delivered, very nice and smooth, carries a nice strike. Looks like he's found his line. Percentage on the conversion, this on the left, very low, but can be done. Let's see what happens. There's the ball, comes in. Oh, it's so close. Leaves the 2, and he'll take his medicine. Alrighty, moving on. Joey Flood on the right, working on a double. There's the ball across second arrow. Comes in for a nice strike. That's 3 in a row. It's turkey time for Joey Flood. Speaking of working on doubles, Corey Masura on the left. Frame 3. Steps up. There's the ball between third and fourth arrow. Comes in. And the 10 pin is standing. Let's take a look at Anthony Russo. Working on a double. Cross third arrow. And he carries a strike. That's a turkey for Anthony Russo. Well done. Let's see if Corey can convert. There's the ball. And done just like a pro. Nice spare for Corey. Alrighty, Sean next up. Sean Goucher. Frame 3, working on a spare. Let's see if there's an adjustment. Sometimes pearlized equipment causes oil to push early in the game. The move is not always left. Sometimes it's right. Alrighty, Sean steps up. There's the ball. Comes in wide and a little high. He'll leave a single pin standing. All right, Kenny Riggs Jr. working on a double in the anchor position for the Dream Team. The lefty steps up. There's the ball. Comes in, little bit light, leaves a split. Sean steps up. Let's see if he converts. Nicely done. You know what they say, strike for the show, spare for the dough. Let's see if Kenny can convert. There's the ball. Oh, did not happen. He'll take his medicine. Alrighty, in the anchor position for Gangbang. FGB. There's Yosh. Steps up. There's the ball across fourth arrow. And he gets the strike. 3 frames down. Going to check in on the chat. Alrighty. Guts got back from the chat just in time. Brandon is in trouble. Ball reaction not looking good. This spare is makeable. All right. On the left, Joey Flood working on a turkey. There's the ball. Smooth and leaves the 10. Entry angle is everything, and if you don't have it, doesn't matter how hard you throw the ball, you will leave a 10 pin. And Brandon will take his medicine. That's 2 in a row. Not a place to be. All right. On the left, we'll see if Joey Flood can convert. And he whiffs it, leaves a 10. That's an open frame for Joey Flood. Next up, Corey Masura. Double spare. This is going into the 4th. Young man steps up. There's the ball across third arrow. Comes in and leaves the 9. Just a smidgen high.
Smidgen, is that a technical term?
It's something I use when I cook.
I like it. A little more than a pinch.
Folks, joined by Don Yoshihara.
I know, I got a bowl.
Okay.
Saying hi.
And there you have it. Don, thank you for joining us.
A lot of articulation there, sir.
How are you feeling about the lane condition?
They suck. No.
You blame Darren for that one,
It's
right?
got to be the lanes. It's never the bowler. You know how that works,
That's right. Execution's everything.
Absolutely. No, it don't matter. If I bowl good, it's me. If I score well, it's me. If I bowl bad, it's someone else's fault.
Got you. Is there an adjustment you made, or are you going to keep going with what you got?
I'm just trying to keep it in front of me right now.
Okay.
I tried to open it up a little bit. A little tighter down lane than yesterday.
Yes.
But just trying to keep it in front of me.
Looks like the oil's pushing a little bit.
A little bit, yep.
All righty. Good luck and good
The
bowling.
snack bar gets hot.
And there you have it. Yosh giving us the inside information. All right, back to the action. Looks like Sean Goucher left a 10 pin. He's been clean so far. He'll look to convert. All right, Sean steps up. There's the ball. Looks like it'll convert, and nicely done. Okay, let's see if there's an adjustment. That's 3 9s in a row. Next, Kenny Riggs Jr. on the left, coming back from an open frame, and leaves a nasty split. And I'm just looking across all the lanes. I've seen several splits so far. On this side of the house, the conditions don't look kind. Here's Yosh in the anchor position, working on a double. Ball comes in and leaves the 7-10. Oh, and Kenny Riggs Jr. delivers the conversion. Well done. Hey, we got that on the live stream. Got that on the live stream. Yep. All right, Yosh will take his medicine, but the show must go on. All right, Brandon, 2 opens in a row, frame 5. There's got to be an adjustment. Let's see what the staffer can do. There's the ball, cross fourth arrow, checks up, and he carries the strike. Brandon is back in business. Austin Vogt coming back, working on a double, frame 5. There's the ball. Very straight. Will it hold? And he gets a nice strike. That's 3 in a row for Austin Vogt. Alrighty, next up, Corey Masura working on spare, frame 5 of game 1. Steps up. There's the ball between 3rd and 4th arrow. And he leaves another 10. Alrighty, Joey Flood on the right, coming off an open frame. Let's see if he can get back to his true form. There's the ball, just inside of 2nd arrow, and he gets a nice strike. Alrighty, let's see if Corey Masura can convert. He wants to stay clean. There's the ball, and a very nice 10-pin conversion. We'll see if Corey makes an adjustment to get back to his striking ways. Anthony Russo on the right with the Dream Team. He's on a 4-bagger going into frame 5. This man is on fire. Will he continue? Anthony steps up, whips it out, and he gets the strike. That's 5 in a row for Anthony Russo. All right, on the left, Sean Goucher coming off 3 spares. We'll see if he can make an adjustment to get the strike. There's the ball. Comes in and gets a Brooklyn. We'll take it because every strike counts. Alrighty, Kenny Riggs Jr. on the left. Just came back from that amazing spare conversion. And he carries a nice mixer. Right now, looking at the scratch score, the Dream Team is ahead 397 to 331. Let's see if Yosh can help reduce that deficit for FGB. There's the ball across 4th arrow. Comes in, and he gets a nice strike. Alrighty, going into the 6th. The Dream Team at 397 and FGB at 341. It is scratched. There is no handicap, so no pins are assigned based on averages. Joe Brennan working on a strike. Frame 6. There's the ball, and he gets a nice strike. All right, Anthony Vogt working on a triple. There's the ball. Looks like he made an adjustment, and he gets another strike. That's 4 in a row for Anthony Vogt. Once again, want to thank everybody. We're halfway through the game. Thank you for spending your time with us today to help build Fuller Federation Bowling. Okay, we're looking at Joey Flood. Comes up, ball across 3rd arrow, and he carries a nice strike. Trips out the 4. What is going on here? The Dream Team is getting away with murder. Corey Masura's back. Looks like he took a break, throwing on his shoes. See if there's an adjustment. He's got strike, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare. And of course, again, thank you to Cliff Barnes for setting this up. And a big shout out to our sponsors, Bowler Smart, Coolwick, 12-bagger, Brunswick, and Bowler's Rant. Okay, Corey Masura, he's back. Let's see what number 10 can do. Alrighty, there's the ball just inside of 3rd arrow, and he leaves another flat 10. He's going to need to do something to get a little more angle. That angle is not carrying. Meanwhile, looking at the left, Anthony Russo in the wings. He has 5 in a row. Will he go sheet? Alrighty, Corey steps up. Let's see what happens. Gets the spare. He's clean so far. Just like a professional. Alrighty, Anthony Russo. Again, 5-bagger. Steps up. There's the ball. Comes in, and he gets the 10-pin on a messenger. This man is on fire. Alrighty. the anchor position, Kenny Riggs Jr. on the left, and on the right, we're looking at Sean Goucher. Sean working on a a strike, frame 6 on lane 8. There's the ball across second arrow, and it goes, wow, very long. Don't know if he came around the side on that one. Ball did not respond. Leaves him a nasty split. Very convertible, though. Kenny Riggs Jr. on the left, working on a strike, frame 6, lane 7. There's the ball, comes in, and he gets a great strike. Alrighty, next up, let's see if Sean can convert. There's the ball, comes in, and he leaves the 10. That is gonna hurt the score. They'll have to adjust and make a comeback. Getting a piece of the action right here. Money's being exchanged. I'm just guessing it's for hot dogs. Thank you. Alrighty, and Yosh leaves a few in the back. Alrighty, next up, Joe Brennan on the left, working on a double. There's the ball, and he gets a great strike. Alrighty, Yosh, let's see if he can convert. And he does it like a champ. Alrighty, going into frame 7. What started off for Austin as two less than stellar frames, now he has come back and on a 4-bagger going into frame 7. Will he continue his string of strikes? There's the ball. Wide. Will it make a comeback? Does not. Leaves the split. If you've never bowled at Langlo, you can't get too wide unless you have the rev rate to help you recover. Alrighty, Corey Masura. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 spares in a row. Can he make an adjustment? He'll need to if he wants to strike. There's the ball. Looks a little wider this time, and he gets a great strike. That's a great look. Finally, he's getting out of the ball correctly. Meanwhile, Austin, can he convert? It's going to be close. Nope, does not make it. Looks like they're turning up the music. It's party time. Don't worry, I'm in front of the camera. You should be able to hear me. We will call all the great action. Alrighty, Sean Goucher next, frame 7. There's the ball, and another strike for Sean Goucher. He is back to his striking ways. Joey Flood on the right, ball between second and third arrow, and it holds because he's got the speed. That's 3 in a row for Joey Flood. Anthony Russo on the left, on the right, 6-bagger. He will be waiting as Don Yoshihara steps up in the anchor position for Team FGB, working on a spare, frame 7. There's the ball, 5th arrow, comes up, and he gets a great strike. Another great look for Don Yoshihara. All right, taking a look in front of us on the right side, and I'm looking across. I don't see many 6-baggers in the house. Anthony Russo might be the only one. All righty. Frame 7. Will this man continue his reign of fury? There's the ball. Cross third arrow. Will it come back? And he gets another strike. That's 7 in a row for Anthony Russo. All righty. Kenny Riggs Jr. in the wings on frame 8, working on a double. Alrighty, let's see what this man can do. Frame 7. The lefty winds up. There's the ball. Comes out. And the strike is good. That's 3 in a row for Kenny Riggs Jr. And he looks like he really gave that one the business. One second, people. Joe Brannon, 3 in a row. There's the ball, right across the 4th arrow. Looks a little pull, what a hold, and he gets a nice strike. All right, Anthony Vogt on the left. Gonna see if he can convert. There's the ball, and he gets it done. Nicely done. Meanwhile, Corey Missoura got a strike last time, frame 7. He's on frame 8. Let's see if he can get a double. Alrighty, gets all set for the shot. Steps up. There's the ball across 3rd arrow. Comes in, and he gets a great strike. The look finally looks like it's paying off for Corey Missoura. Back to Joey Flood, working on a triple, frame 8. Ball comes in, and he does not kick out the 10. He'll have to convert. And just looking out across, the energy here is fantastic. People are high-fiving. Lots of money being exchanged. The action is great. Sean Goucher, frame 8, working on a strike. There's the ball between 2nd and 3rd arrow. And another fantastic strike for Sean Goucher. And Joey Flood converts his spare. Well done. Don Yoshara stepping up. Had a little bit of struggle with this game. He's using the Brunswick Vapor Zone. It might be the shine. Could be some carry down. Let's find out. He's working on a strike going into frame 8. There's the ball. Makes the turn and leaves a ringing 10. See if Yosh can convert. All spares matter. There's the ball. Nicely done. In case you don't know how that happens, you just got to flatten out your wrist. Easier said than done. Next on the left, Anthony Russo, 7-bagger. Going into frame 8. There's the ball. Checks up. And another nasty strike. That's 8 in a row for Anthony Russo. Woo! That boy bowled good. Alrighty, in the anchor position, Kenny Riggs Jr. for the Dream Team, working on a triple, frame 8. Riggs steps up, there's the ball, very wide, but leaves a ringing 9. Oh my goodness, that is the equivalent of an 8-pin. That's if Randy Peterson was a lefty, that is what that would look like. The Stone 9. Usually we say welcome to Midtown when that happens because it usually happens at pin chasers, but apparently it's happened here. He'll have to settle for a conversion. There's the ball. Nicely done. Easy conversion for the lefty. And just looking at the score right now, the Dream Team is at 710 versus FGB at 588. It's a bit of a whooping right now. All right, Austin Vogt on the right, working on a spare. Frame 9, foundation frame. And he carries it. Ball goes a little long, but doesn't matter. Strikes are strikes. Meanwhile, Joe Brannon has made the comeback. He is on a 4-bagger. Strike, strike, open, open, 4-bagger. Frame 9, foundation frame on lane 7. Brannon steps up. There's the ball across the 5th arrow. Comes in. And he gets a nasty strike. Looks like he is back to his striking ways. Joey Flood on the right, working on a spare. Delivers the ball, gets into a roll, and he kicks out both the 7 and the 10. Corey Missoura on the left, working on a double, frame 9. Comes in, looks like he's using a little more angle now. Ball gets into a roll, and comes in with the high hard one, kicks out the strike. Folks, there is talk of a potential 300 in the air. Anthony Russo is on an 8-bagger. It is now frame 9. And if you've never been here before, this is where sometimes your heart can get into a flutter if you haven't thrown like 845 of them like some of the other guys around here. Let's see what happens in foundation frame on lane 8 for Anthony Russo. There's the ball. Right across third arrow. Comes in and leaves a nasty flat 10. Just a little bit fast, and the angle wasn't right. He threw that ball at 17.79 miles per hour. Meanwhile, on the left, frame 9, Sean Goucher working on a double. There's the ball. Cross third arrow. And he kicks out the 7. That's 3 in a row for Sean Goucher. Alrighty. Anthony Russo, first spare of the day in frame 9. Not a bad place to be. Will he convert? And he whiffs it. He'll give up some points in the 10th, but that's just how it goes. Meanwhile, Yosh on the left, working on a spare. There's the ball, and he gets a strike. Sets him up for the 10th. Alrighty. Meanwhile, Kenny Briggs Jr. waiting in the wings on lane 8. Strike, strike, strike. 9 spare coming into frame 9. Let's see what happens. The lefty wicks the ball. There it goes, and he kicks it all out. Doesn't look like he can be stopped right now. That look is working for him. 181 going into the 10th. Alrighty. Looking up at the score. The Dream Team at 797. FGB 698. Anthony Vogt working on a strike. Frame 10. There he goes, and he gets another strike. Joe Brannon, 5-bagger. Frame 10. There's the ball. He's starting to warm up. Checks up, and he gets a nice strike. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row for Joe Brannon. If you've never seen a Brannon rally, this is what it looks like. Back to Anthony Vogt. Second throw of frame 10. Will he continue? Young man steps up, delivers the ball, nice and smooth, and kicks out the 10. Well done. Brannon, second throw, frame 10. 6 in a row. Will he make it 7? Winds up. Ball's been jackhammered across the fourth arrow. Comes back, and he leaves a flat 10. He'll have to settle for a conversion for the last throw of the game. Anthony Vogt, last throw, 3 in a row. Will he make it 4? There's the ball. Rolls back into the pocket, leaves a flat 10. That will be 232 for Anthony Vogt. Well done. Austin Vogt. Oh, my God. Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about. It does happen. Alrighty, back to the action. Joey Flood, waiting in the wings. Here we go. Frame 10. There's the ball. Comes in. Kicks it out. Nice strike for Joey Flood. Corey Masura. 3 in a row. Will he make it 4? There's the ball. 4 in a row. Strike in the 10th frame for Corey Masura. Alrighty. Second throw, Joey Flood working on a double. Will he make it a triple? There's the ball between second and third arrow. Comes in, and another strike for Joey Flood. That is how you get it done. Alrighty, 4 in a row for Corey Masura. These boys are going at it. Let's see if they continue strike for strike. There's the ball across third arrow. Comes back in, and he leaves a ringing 10 pin. Folks, call the cops. He has been robbed. Alrighty, Joey Flood back to the last throw of the game. Will it be a strike? And gets another strike. That's 4 in a row to finish out for a very nice 246 for Joey Flood. High fives around the table. Alrighty, Corey Masura, last throw of the game. There's the ball. Clean game for Corey Masura. but he'll settle for 235. Not bad at all. Alrighty, Anthony Russo waiting in the wings, lane 7. Alrighty, let's see what happens. Frame 10, Anthony Russo missed his spare, but he can still get more strikes. There's the ball, comes back in. Another strike for Anthony Russo. If he goes sheet, you could argue he got robbed on frame 9 because he has thrown nothing but strikes except for one throw. Sean Goucher working on a triple. First throw, frame 10. There's the ball across second arrow, comes in, and another strike, finishes 10 in the pit. Ball in the center, great look for Sean Goucher. Players giving each other lane courtesy, always a great thing. Don't want to rush to the line. Get some mean looks if you do. Alrighty, steps up, throw 2 in frame 10. Gives a little bit of the business, comes in, and another strike for Anthony Russo. Alrighty, we're gonna pivot. We're gonna pivot real quick. There is a possible 300. James Campbell's got 11 in a row. Let's see what we can do. Hard to see, but we're going to follow him anyways. One more throw for James Campbell in frame 10. Taking his time. Steps up. There's the ball. One time. And 300 for James Campbell here on Federation Live. And that's, folks, is how you get it done. Okay, back to our action. Sean Goucher closes out with a 6-bagger. Alrighty. Taking a look at Yosh, frame 10. Yosh steps up. There's the ball. And gets a nice strike. Kenny Riggs Jr. on the left. Gets his conversion. They'll have one more throw. And folks, in case we did pivot for the 300, but Anthony Russo did finish out with 3 strikes in the 10th. That's 267 for Anthony Russo. Back to Yosh. Second throw. Alrighty, we got the camera fixed. And last throw of the game. Yosh comes out. Ball comes back in using the counterattack solid. Much nicer look. Finishes out with 216. Folks, that was just game 1. There's 2 more team games and 2 more Baker Format games. We're going to catch all the action with you all day long. I'm going to go on mute for a second, check in with the chat. Don't forget to share the feed on your Facebook feeds. We're back, game 2. Let's take a look. Joe Brandon coming across frame 8. Excuse me, lane 8. I can't talk. So excited after seeing that 300. Let's get settled in. Austin Vaught threw a strike earlier for the Dream Team. Now it's Joey Flood. Frame 2. Comes in high and leaves the 7-10. That's what happens when you pull the shot. Just a T-bit. Alrighty, Joe Brandon going to get his spare. Easily done. Now, it would be amazing if Joey could get the 7-10, but that's easier said than done. There's the ball. He's throwing it really hard. What will happen? Nope. Leaves the 7, takes his medicine. It's a new game, though. If you're going to have an open frame, do it in frame 1. Alrighty. Corey Masur stepping up. This is frame 1 of game 2 at Federation Live. There's the ball. Cross third arrow. Comes in and a little high and leaves a wiggly 9. Right? Keeping it in. And there's another 9 pin. Anthony Russo, not so lucky. Alrighty, Corey Masura. 9 pins are easily converted, but they're never guaranteed. You want to maintain focus. Corey steps up. There's the ball. And he does it like a champ. Sometimes you don't know, but you have to make adjustments to spares as well because the oil breaks down. Let's take a look at Anthony Russo. Will he get his spare? There's the ball. Easily done. Well done, Anthony Russo. And folks, we're going to take a look at Kenny Riggs Jr. here in a minute. And when he's done, he's going to join us back in the booth so we can get his take on what's happening out there on the lanes. But first, Sean Goucher, one of the Tampa favorites, gets lined up. He throws a rocket of a ball. There's that big backswing. There's the ball. Comes in. And 10 in the pit for Sean Goucher. At 18 miles an hour. Kenny Riggs Jr., another strike for him. Let's see his ball speed. 19.83. Folks, we are approaching some pro-level speed. All right, we are joined right now with Kenny Riggs Jr. Kenny, thank you for joining me in the booth.
No problem, man. How's it going?
It's going great. I'm getting really excited. Getting goosebumps after seeing 300. Looks like Anthony Russo got robbed on that frame 9 of last game.
Yes, believe it or not, Anthony's been throwing the ball very well. He just got that Emerald IQ Tour Pearl drilled up.
Fantastic ball.
Very, very smooth for him.
Yeah.
We bowled the trios yesterday here, and the back 2 games, he goes 287, 299, and then today he opens up with a 267. So I think that ball works pretty good for him.
Fantastic. Now, what ball are you using right now?
I am throwing the Storm Astrophysics. I just got it drilled up yesterday as well.
Okay.
It just gives me very clean down the lane. It's not over aggressive for me, and I just love it. I said I threw it yesterday. And we ended up finishing second yesterday in the trio. So
I did notice you're playing a little bit wider. Is that because of the incredible length of the ball?
Yes.
Okay. And that ball looks like it hits like a truck.
Yes, it does. And if I get left, it's just going to go. It's going to face up on me and go right through the beak. So I got to kind of stand right a little bit and just kind of fluff it out there. And just try to control the pocket and stuff like that.
And something though the viewers can't see, but you just told me you actually bowl with the ring finger and your pinky finger.
Yes, I bowl with my ring finger and my pinky, which a lot of people don't know about. And when I tell them that, they look at me like I'm crazy. I used to bowl with my middle finger and my pointer finger.
Yeah.
But it just came as a comfortable to me. I have a friend in New York where I grew up bowling.
Okay.
He throws with those 2 fingers right-handed.
Okay.
And he introduced me to it. So I tried it. I like it. I'm very comfortable doing it. So Here we are today.
It seems to be working for you, and I noticed your ball speed was over 19 miles an hour.
Yes, it's on the daily. I hope I can
Are there any adjustments you're going to make in this early in the game? Or are you going to stay where you're at?
I'm probably going to stay where I'm at. I mean, as a lot of people like to, make fun of us lefties that we don't have to move too much, on house patterns and stuff like that. I really don't have to move too much, but sometimes here it breaks down weird, so I kind of got to migrate inside a little bit, and not too much though.
It just sounds like they're jealous.
A little bit.
All right. Hey, thank you for joining me. Good luck and good bowling.
Thank you for having me.
All righty. Folks, Kenny Riggs Jr. going to get back into the action. Let's get back to taking what we're looking at. All righty. There's Anthony Russo, leaves a flat 10. Sean Goucher looking to make his spare. Easily done. Alrighty, let's take a look. And for the 70 viewers who are with us right now, thank you for staying with us. Good bowling action all day long. And Anthony Russo converts his spare. They'll have to make an adjustment. That's 2 9 spares in a row. Meanwhile, Yosh working on a strike. Let's see what he does. There's the ball. Comes in. Little high. Leaves the 4. Gonna check in with the chat. Go on mute for a second. Alrighty, let's take a look at Austin Vogt working on the double. Frame 3. There's the ball, and he carries the 7. Very nicely done. It's not always about skid snap. You can do it with control. I've got right here with me Anthony Araujo, or Mike Araujo, excuse me. I can't get anybody's name right today. Araujo. That too. Hey, how's it going down there? What are you seeing?
See some low scores.
Really?
The lanes look really tight down here at the middle of the house.
Interesting. Well, we had a 300 down here, and we're taking a look at Brandon right now, working on a double. There's the ball across 4th arrow, checks up, gets a strike.
Joe Brandon with his twist.
Guy
makes that ball look really good. That ball looks really good in his hands.
Fan-freaking-tastic. And, of course,
And
we've
Joey
got
Flood.
Joey
Moving
Flood.
approved, Joey Flood.
Boom, and he kicks out the 10-pin.
And that guy's on fire too, man.
Speaking of lefties, because you're a lefty, Kenny Riggs Jr. was over here, and he's got the ball drilled for his ring and pinky finger. Have you ever thought about doing that?
No, I can't put the revs on the ball like he can.
That's true. He does have a lot of revs.
Does.
And he's got a lot of ball speed at
And
19
he's
miles
good.
an hour.
Guy's good.
Speaking of good, Corey Masura working on a strike. There's the ball across 4th arrow. Well, it comes in, and he carries the strike. What do you think of Corey Masura?
I bowl nationals with him, and he is phenomenal.
Yes.
Him and Jason Zook at the BJ did very well. And then in the National Open, he actually bowled really good too.
That's
him and
phenomenal.
Zook finished really high in doubles.
Yes.
So, he's a phenomenal bowler.
Of course, Jason Zook, also a phenomenal bowler. We love you, man. Hope
Yeah.
you bowl well today.
Exactly.
Anthony Russo.
So how you doing, Beans?
I'm good, sir. Just wish I can get people's names right. I'm so bad with them. It's probably because I hadn't had any breakfast yet.
Sean Goucher up here on the right lane.
That's right. Sean Goucher is a boss, Tampa favorite. He does throw a heck of a ball. Last time, I think it was like 17.79 miles per hour. Let's see what happens. Ball across 2nd arrow. Checks up and gets a kicked out
you got
10.
the carry.
Oh, yeah. I wish I had carry like that.
Here comes Mr. Kenny Riggs, soon-to-be father.
Absolutely. Oh, congratulations to him.
Exactly.
He's working on a double, throwing the astrophysics, playing the wide angle, and leaves a ringing 7. I think that's the first one I've seen him leave all day.
Guy's solid, man. His game is unbelievable.
I would love to see the layout on that ball. It's a really nice look. There's Yosh.
He doesn't like
Comes
it.
back.
Ugh.
And Yosh seems to be struggling today. I know he was using the Vapor Zone earlier. I don't know if he was going to switch to another ball. We'll see what happens.
He bowled last night in the trios here, and He shot 1068 for 4.
Wow.
You
What
know,
ball was he using last
He
time?
was using their Radical Intel
Okay. Was that a sport shot or house shot?
house shot.
Okay. Well, let's see if he can make his conversion. All spares matter. He might kick it out. All righty.
Got it.
There it is. And, of course, we want to encourage all the bowlers. If anybody of you want to stop by, have a chat with Chris Beans, the second mic is always open, always available, because it's one big happy family here at Federation. Mike, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Beans.
Back to the action. Austin Vogt on lane 8. Let's see if he can get a 4-bagger. Austin steps up. There's the ball right across third arrow and comes in high. Looks like it might have been a little bit slow. Sometimes trying to feather it too much will result in the ball hooking early. Meanwhile, back to Joe Brannon working on a double. Frame 4. There's the ball. Checks up and gets the nice strike. Gotta say, loving the hip-hop vibe right now. The music is hot, looking good. It is 11 o'clock. I'm seeing drinks flying around. That's a good thing. Get people to mellow out. Let's take a look at Corey Masura on the left, working on a double. There's the ball across fourth there when he comes in, and it holds, exits at 11 o'clock. That's a very nice look for Corey Masura. Now, back to the right. Will Austin convert? It is makeable. He's just got to have the right angle. And a little bit wide, he'll have to take his medicine. Once again, shout out to our sponsors, Coolwick, Bowler's Mart, 12-bagger, Brunswick Bowling, and of course, today's broadcast powered by Bowler's Rant. Alrighty, let's see what happens. Joey Flood, there's the ball. He's throwing a rocket and carries the 4. It was a little high. He'll need to make an adjustment. That line may not hold next frame. Okay, let's see what happens. Sean Goucher, he is working on a strike on the 4th. There's the ball, cross third arrow, comes in, and leaves a nasty ringing 10. Oh my God, somebody please call the police. Alrighty, next up, Anthony Russo working on a strike. There's the ball. He slaps the 10-pin silly like it needed a spanking. There we have it. All right, Kenny Riggs Jr. in the wings waiting. But first, we need to see if Sean Goucher can convert his 10. Alrighty, Sean's getting set up. Looks like he's focused. There's the ball, and he converts it nicely. Spare ball thrown at 19.03 miles per hour. Meanwhile, Kenny Riggs Jr. with the astrophysics. Let's see if he's made an adjustment. There's the ball. Cross second arrow. Comes in. Little high. Leaves the 6. And that would be Andrew Adler. Fan favorite. Shout out to Mr. Andrew Adler. Alrighty, Yosh. There's the ball. Trying to play with some angle. And he kicks it out. Nice strike for Yosh. Kenny Riggs Jr., let's see if he can convert. Well done. Alrighty, next up on the left, Austin Vogt. Let's see if he can make an adjustment because he's coming off an open frame. There's the ball. Looks like he's got a little more angle now. Comes in. Nice strike. Ball exiting at 11 o'clock. That's when you know you've got some good angle. Next up, Joe Brannon. And folks, Joe Brannon is on a 3-bagger, just quietly getting ready to string him. Let's see what happens. The gunslinger sends it across fourth arrow. Comes back and gets a nice strike. 10 in the back. Joe Brannon throwing nothing but fire. Meanwhile, Joey Flood wailing the ball. Comes in light and does not kick out the 7. Alrighty. Meanwhile, Corey Masura also working on a three-bagger. Will he make it 4? He's set. There's the ball across third arrow, looking for the angle. Comes in, kicks out the 10-pin nicely. He is looking like he's in top form. Alrighty. Let's take a look at Sean Goucher working on a spare. He seems to have lane 7 locked down. Let's see if he can make or lane 8 locked down. Let's see what happens. There's the ball. Second arrow. Kicks him out. Nice mixer. Meanwhile, back to Anthony Russo. He's working on a double. It's frame 5. He steps up. He's throwing the ball with bad intentions. Ball checks up, and he kicks them all out for a nice mixer. Meanwhile, back to Yosh, working on a strike, frame 5. Let's see what happens. There's the ball across fourth arrow, and he kicks them all out. That's 10 in the pit for Yosh. Looks like he's finally got a double. Back to Kenny Riggs Jr. on the left. Let's see if he makes an adjustment. He does. That's 10 in the pit for frame 5 for Kenny Riggs Jr. Alrighty. Austin Vogt, frame 6, working on a strike. Looks like they're playing some metal now. Let's see what happens. Ball kicks him out. Maybe he's getting a bit motivated with the music change. Next up on the right, Joey Flood. Strike, 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 9 spare. Not a bad way to go into frame 6. It's a nice spare all the way on the left. Very nice conversion. Alrighty, we're stepping up with Joey Flood. Here we go. He gets set up, walks up, delivers the ball between second and third arrow. Will the ball check up? And he gets a nice strike. That's 10 in the pit. The ball finishing at 12 o'clock. Alrighty, back to the boss, Joe Brennan on frame 6 with a 4-bagger. Will he make it 5? If you've never seen this man's hands, they're huge. I feel bad for the bowling ball. Brandon steps up. The ball's across fourth and fifth arrow. Comes in, and that's another strike. That's 10 in the pit. Joe Brennan is on fire. Alrighty. Speaking of fire, 4 in a row for Corey Masura. Him and Joe are going neck to neck. Let's see if he can keep up. Young Masura steps up. There's the ball across fourth arrow. Gets into a roll. Checks up. And he leaves a little bit. It comes in high. Leaves the 9. Alrighty. Anthony Russo. Frame 6 on lane 8. Looks like he's getting settled. There's the ball. A little bit of side roll. Comes in high. Leaves the 2-8-10. Tricky conversion, but very makeable. Let's see if Masura converts. He was clean last game, and he stays clean this game. Well done, Corey Masura. Going to check in with the chat. We're back. Sean Goucher on lane 7, frame 6. There's the ball. Another strike. Sean is lighting it up. That's 2 in a row. Looks like he's made an adjustment. Kenny Riggs Jr. on the right. Comes through. Another strike. That is 2 in a row for Kenny Riggs Jr. And he threw that ball at 19 miles and 49. 19.49 miles per hour. Okay, back to Yosh. He's on a double, frame 6. Let's see if he continues with the angle. There's the ball. Across 5th arrow. Comes back and leaves a weak 10. Just a hint too wide. Asymmetric balls, they have a tendency to straighten out at the end of the pattern. They don't always come back like symmetrical, but they have bigger weight blocks and they start up earlier. Okay, let's see if Yosh converts. He'll flatten out his wrist. There's the ball. Nicely done. And Yosh stays clean so far through 6. Alrighty. The boss is looking to keep this reign of terror alive. He's on a 5-bagger. Joe the Brennan. There's the ball. Across 4th arrow. Checks up. And another strike. Joe Brennan is mean, mean, mean. Alrighty, frame 7, Austin Vogt. Here he comes. He's going to deliver a very nice small smooth ball between 3rd and 4th arrow, and he carries the 4 a little bit high, but it doesn't matter because strikes are strikes. Alrighty, Corey Missoura, frame 7, working on a spare. There's the ball, leaves a ringing 10. Continuing on, looking at the action. Joey Flood. There's the ball across 3rd arrow. Ooh, stone 9. Alrighty. Corey Missoura so far has been clean. Both game 1. Will remain clean in game 2 if he converts, and he does. The atmosphere is very friendly around here. If anybody's around here, somebody bring me a Mountain Dew. Alrighty, back to the action. Let's see if Joey Flood can convert. There's the ball. Nicely done. Joey Flood, the only open he had was frame 1. Since then, he has been clean. Speaking of clean, let's look at Sean Goucher, frame 7, lane 8, working on a double. There's the ball, right across 2nd arrow, and a little bit wide. He'll leave the 1-2-8. Meanwhile, back to the left, working on a spare, Anthony Russo, frame 7, throwing the ball with bad intentions across 4th arrow with some side roll, and he leaves a ringing 10. There's the ball. Nicely done. Sean Goucher converting his spare, because that's what it's about. If you care, make your spare. Looks like Yosh has made a ball change. Can't wait to see it. It'll have to wait. We're going to look at Anthony Russo. Does he convert? And he does. There is the 10-pin. Nicely done, Anthony Russo. All right, looking at Yosh, I think he's using the counterattack solid. That's a solid from Radical. High RG with low differential. And it does not look like it worked. Leaves him the 1-2-10. Alrighty, back to Kenny Riggs Jr. The lefty winds up. There's the ball. That's the second ringing 9 for him we've seen today. Somebody call the police again. Robbery is happening at Langlo today. And a nice spare for Yosh, the 1-2-10. As regional staffer Xavier Pilar would say, you shouldn't have left it in the first place. Going to check in with the chat because it might be getting fierce. All righty, getting back to the action. Austin Vogt 3 in a row. Well done. There's Joe Brannon. Folks, I'm joined with Austin Vogt. Austin, thank you for joining me.
Yeah,
How are
no
the
problem.
lanes looking
Thanks
out
for
there for you?
Pretty good. I'm throwing the ball pretty well. Got enough margin for error, so.
Okay. And I'm looking at your score sheet. What happened in Fray 4? Because you were been perfect except for that.
Yeah, I thought I threw it pretty well, I thought, but it just overhooked, and after that I moved 2 boards left, and it seems to do.
Okay, so
trick.
small adjustment.
Yep.
Yep. And I see that you're really playing with some finesse. Looks like you're working on your hand position.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Shaping the shot. Okay. Are you going to make any more adjustments going into frame 9?
Probably not. I may move like a half board right, because that last shot went pretty light.
Okay.
So I may consider doing that.
And what ball are you using?
The IQ Tour from Storm.
Oh, yeah. That's a great ball.
Yeah, my favorite. I've had 3.
Oh, nice. Pin up or pin down?
Pin down this one.
Okay, so controlling the
Yep.
motion. Alrighty. Well, listen, thank you for joining me. Good luck and good bowling.
Yeah, thank you.
Folks, Austin Vogt. Alrighty, Corey Missoura, frame 8, working on a spare. There's the ball, and kicks out the 7. Nicely done for Corey Missoura. Oh my goodness. Someone just threw it in the gutter on lane 9. As we would say at Midtown, oh no he didn't. Oh yes he did. 0. But that's not in this game, so let's get back to the action. Sean Goucher, frame 8. There's the ball. Comes back in. Nicely done. Alrighty, let's take a look at Yosh. Here he goes. There's the ball. Checks up. And nicely done. Alrighty, back to Brandon. Frame 9, foundation frame. 4 in a row. Comes back. Nicely done for Joe Brannon. He is one of our Brunswick staffers, and Brunswick is the official feature sponsor. So again, shout out to all of our staffers. Joe Brannon, Don Yoshihara, Xavier Pular, regional staffer. And of course, we got love for our other Brunswick family brands of staffers. DV8 staffer Jason Zook and Jimmy Nemeth with Radical. Alrighty, frame 9, foundation frame for Corey Missoura, working on a strike. There's the ball between 3rd and 4th arrow. And he gets a strike. Folks, I would love to get lessons from this guy because I don't bowl nearly as well. Alrighty, meanwhile, Austin looking to convert a spare. It's the 7. There's the ball. Well done. Alrighty, next up, Sean Goucher. Frame 9. There's the ball. 2nd arrow. Comes in. Very, very nice. A little high, but he carried it, and that's what the game is all about. Alrighty, next up, Yosh. Frame 9, working on a strike. There's the ball. Across 4th arrow, comes in, and nice strike. Alrighty, back to the action. Let's see what happens. My phone is blowing up. Pictures are going across the place. People are excited about the 300. They're excited about the high scores. They're excited about the electric energy that is here at Federation Live. Alrighty, Anthony Russo working on a strike. Steps up. There's the ball with some side roll. Checks up. And he carries all of them out. The 2-6-10 carried late. Wow. Hey, man, can I have some of that carry? Come here, come here. I'm joined with Anthony Russo. Anthony, what happened in that last throw?
I don't know. Maybe I got it too far right. Hit the dry fast, and
I noticed it came back. Are you doing the side roll on purpose?
yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, I wish I had carry like that. What ball are you using?
IQ Tour Emerald.
There's a lot of that going around today. That ball seems to carry. If you need one, go find your local pro shop. Anthony, I hope you continue to strike.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty. Frame 9 for Kenny Riggs Jr. He is throwing the astrophysics, which is an asymmetrical pearl. R2S pearl with that atomic core, and it seems to have paid off. He is lighting it up. He's got 187 going into the 10th, and that's a double for Kenny Riggs Jr. Austin Vogt, there's the ball. 10th frame, comes in a little bit light. He'll leave the 2. Alrighty, Joe Brennan working on a strike. He's got 217 going into the 10th. Ball checks up, and he gets a nice strike. Alrighty, let's see. Austin, they'll need to convert. Nicely done. Easy to do. Alrighty, we're back. Let's see if Brandon can continue his reign of strikes. It's frame 10. There's Brandon. There's the ball across 5th arrow. Comes back in and leaves the 7-10. Oh, my goodness gracious. Thank God it's the 10th because that is just a bunch of malarkey. All right, back to Austin. He's got 227 going to his last throw. There's the ball. Comes back in. Nice strike. Nicely done. He will finish with 227. Well done, Austin Vogt. Alrighty, Brandon, he'll finish for 253. Not too shabby at all. And again, bowlers, if you're watching and you're here, feel free to stop by the booth. We'd love to chat with you to find out what's going on your side of the house as well. Alrighty, Joey Flood. There's the ball. Working on a double. Checks up and gets a nice strike. This match is a little bit closer. Right now, 801 to 807. Corey Masur waiting in the wings. Frame 10, working on a double. Frame 10. Here we go. There it goes. Cross 4th arrow. Comes in high. He'll leave the 3-6. Looks like he hit that one, gave it the business, throwing it at 16 miles an hour. Alrighty, Joey Flood. Looks like he may have moved left. Let's see if the adjustment pays off. There's the ball, right across 3rd arrow. It's very strong, and it leaves high. It came in high, leaving the 6. 4. God, can't count, can't get my names right. What is going on with Chris Beans? I might need a drink. Okay, here we go. Corey Masur converts. Nicely done. Looks like he'll do a fill shot and see if he'll try out a different ball. Try out a different look. Looks like he's pulling out a high road. That's a high RG hybrid from Storm Bowling. 257 RG. Let's see what it looks like. Masura steps up. There's the ball across 4th arrow. Comes in and leaves him a ring and 8. Somebody call Randy Peterson. Alrighty. Anthony Russo, frame 10, 185 going into the 10th. And for the score so far, Joe Brandon 253, Anthony Vogt 227, Corey Masura 235, Joey Flood 227. Anthony Russo, frame 10, working on a double, steps up. There's the ball across third arrow. Let's see if it checks up, comes up, and gets the strike. That's 3 in a row for Anthony Russo. Alrighty, Sean Goucher, fan favorite, working on a double, frame 10. There's the ball. Comes in and does not kick out the 10. He'll have to convert in the 10th. Meanwhile, Anthony Russo, second throw, frame 10. Ball checks up and pushes back. That's 10 in the pit. Anthony Russo's on fire with a 4-bagger in the 10th. Current score, 876 to 865. Let's see what happens. It may come down to the 10th. Sean Goucher going to make a spare. Converts it nicely. When you're this close, everything matters. Okay, Anthony Russo, last throw of the game. Comes in, kicks them all out. Somebody check his ball because that thing is gold. 245 for Anthony Russo. Sean Goucher sitting on 206 going into the 10th, into the last throw. There's the ball between third and fourth arrow. Leaves the 4. He'll settle for 225. 215. All right, Kenny Riggs Jr. throwing the ball. 10 in the pit. He's got a 3-bagger. Yosh, 176 going into the 10th. Yosh steps up. There's the ball across fifth arrow. Checks up and leaves a ringing 10. Folks, the pins are not being kind to Yosh today. Meanwhile, back to Kenny Riggs Jr. On the left, he winds up. There's the ball and kicks them all out. That's 4 in a row for Kenny Riggs Jr. Let's see if Yosh can convert. There's the ball. And he kicks it on the side. Not skinny jeans, but they're definitely not baggy. Alrighty, last throw for Kenny Riggs Jr. on the Dream Team. He's got 4 in a row. There's the ball. Comes in a little high, but leaves the 4. He will finish with 246. Well done, Kenny Riggs Jr. Back to Yosh, 202. Last throw of the game. He can only get 212. There's the ball. Rolls up. And he finishes with 212. The total score for this game, which is Dream Team 945, FGB 915. Check in with the chat while everyone gets ready for Game 3. Looks like we're taking a small break. Stay with us. We will be right back. Get your favorite beverage. Get your favorite snack. Call somebody, text somebody, share it on your feed. Get everybody the word that Game 3 of the team bowling is about to start up. We'll be right back. We're back. Joey Flood throwing the ball across third arrow. Comes in. Little high, but it kicks out the 4. Appreciate you guys staying with us. This is game 3 of 5. But this is the last team game. The next 2 will be Baker format, where bowlers will alternate frames. Looks like Joe Brandon's got a strike. Austin Votes got a strike. Joey Flood has got a strike. Next up, Anthony Russo. Let's see what he can do. There's the ball across third arrow. Kicks them all out. And I'm looking at the ball. They're starting to get into a roll a little bit earlier. Transition starting to set in. We'll see if players start to make adjustments. Next up, Corey Masur. There's the ball across fourth arrow. And a very nice strike. Looks like we're looking for Kenny Riggs Jr. and Sean Goucher. There he is. So far, nothing but strikes. We do like that. See Andrew Adler in the far left. He gets a nice strike. Well done, Andrew Adler. Alrighty, Sean Goucher, frame 1 of game 3. There's the ball between third and fourth arrow. Comes in, kicks out another strike. Kenny Riggs Jr. on the left. There's the ball. And leaves a half ringing, half flat 10. I don't know what you call that. 7, excuse me. Cliff Barnes in the house with me in the booth, taking a look at everything. Cliff, how is everything going on your end of the house?
It's going great down there. We just had a 300 bowled on our team by Jimmy Hutchinson, so that was pretty awesome.
Congratulations, Jimmy. We always like 300s.
It seems like some pretty good scores. Everybody's having a great time. You know, team bowling, so it's all about. It's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. The camaraderie's been great. The energy has been electric. Cash has been flying. The drinks are being poured. People are having a great time.
Yeah, Jimmy's got a few action bets going on today, so I think he shot 240 the first game at Bill, so he should be doing all right in his action right now. If he finishes it out strong, he's got a little trick right now with his choice solid he's throwing.
And that is what it's all about.
EBI staff guy, so I got to throw that out there.
Absolutely. Shout out to EBI staff.
Coming out. That ball's pretty special.
Which one?
A choice solid.
Choice solid, yes, absolutely.
That ball does pretty good, so.
It hooks.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite out of that choice line.
Fantastic. And what are you throwing today?
Right now, I'm throwing a Tundra.
Tundra?
Yeah, no shock there to anybody that knows me.
I didn't think they let trucks in the building.
So. Well, my ball's not hitting like a truck today, that's for sure.
Alrighty.
I'm going to run back down there.
Thanks for talking with us, Cliff.
I got that. I got that on camera.
Fantastic. Keeping it real. Another strike for Joey Flood. Andrew Adler sighting. There's the brawl from Brandon. Leaves the 10. Kicked out the 7, so he got out of trouble. Always better to convert a 10 than a 10-7. Folks, I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I can grab myself a soda. Another strike for Anthony Russo. Got my Mountain Dew. I think should be all set. Hours of broadcasting does make the throat dry. Alrighty, waiting in the wings. Kenny Riggs Jr. working on a spare. Frame 2 of Game 3. Again, shout out to the sponsors: Brunswick 12-bagger, Bowler Smart, Cool Wick, and Bowler's Rant. In case you're wondering why people are waiting, they are giving lane courtesy. Other bowlers are bowling, so we really do appreciate the respect when people show it. Alrighty, Sean Gouger working on a strike. Lane 8, frame 2. There's the ball across third arrow, comes in, and he kicks them all out. Nice little bit of side roll. And that's what's kicking everything out on the left side. Okay. Kenny Riggs Jr. working on a spare. Lane 7, frame 2. There's the ball. He really puts a lot of risk behind it. And there's the ball. The strike. 10 in the pit for Kenny Riggs Jr. Meanwhile, back to Yosh working on a spare. There's the ball. Cross fourth arrow. Comes in light. Leaves the 2. Yosh will convert. Easy spare to convert. Back to Joe Brennan. Working on a spare. Frame 3. Looks like he's playing deep. And he does not kick out the 10, so he'll have to convert. Back to Austin Vogt. Frame 3. There's the ball between third, fourth arrow. And leaves a ringing 10. See a very happy Corey Missouri here, and he should be. He's bowling great today. Let's see if Brandon can convert. Don't see him leave a whole lot of 10s, because usually there's strikes. There's the ball, and he converts it nicely. Let's see if Austin can do the same. He'll want to return fire. There's the ball, and he gets it, middle of the pin. Well done. Nicely lined up. Love this song. Makes me want to dance. Corey Missouri working on a double. Frame 3. Game 3. Here on Langlo South at lane 7. There's the ball across fourth arrow. He's playing a little deeper. Comes in high. Leaves the 3-6-10. There's the ball from Joey Flood. Comes in. Nice strike. Gonna check in with the chat. See how everybody's doing. Gary Judge, that's pretty funny. Alrighty, let's take a look. Anthony Russo working on a double. Anthony steps up. There's the ball across third arrow with a little bit of side roll, and he leaves a ringing 10. Oh my goodness. I thought that ball was good. That would be enough to make me Captain Poopy Pants. Alrighty, Sean Goucher working on a double. Let's see if he winds up, because he loves to throw a rocket of a ball. Sean steps up, frame 3. There's the ball right between third and fourth arrow. Checks up and leaves a nice strike in the pit. Right now the score, Dream Team 206, FGB 195. It's anyone's game, and it's early. There's the ball, and he whiffs it. So he'll have to take his medicine. Next up, Yosh over on the left, working on a spare. Ball comes in, and he kicks out the 7. Yosh, the mixer. Alrighty. Let's see, Kenny Riggs Jr., the anchor for the Dream Team. If he can respond, frame 3, working on a strike. Anthony steps up, delivers the ball, comes in, and he kicks them all out. Slaps the 6 into the 10 silly. It is lighting up here at Langlo tonight. Hey, that strike was ridiculous. That strike was ridiculous. Yeah. Alrighty, back to Joe Brannon. Working on a spare. There's the ball. Little high, but kicks out the 9. And Austin Vogt going to respond. Comes in, another strike for him. It's Strike Fest in Langlo today. Starting to heat up. Alrighty. Meanwhile, on the right, Corey Missoura, strike, 7 spare. Let's see if young Missoura can get back to his striking ways. Corey steps up, ball between 3rd and 4th arrow, off the off step, and he leaves a 10. Little bit of timing, didn't come out of it right. Meanwhile, Joey Flood on the left, working on a turkey. Frame 4, there's the ball, right across 3rd arrow, comes in, and he kicks out the strike. That's 4 in a row for Joey Flood, and they might as well call him Joey Fire. Nice strike for Gerald in the left. Let's see if Corey can convert. Throwing the ball, and he whiffs it. Just a little bit pulled. He'll take his medicine. That's the first frame he's missed all day. Got to give him a break. He's a darn good bowler. Meanwhile, speaking of good bowlers, Anthony Russo coming back. Let's see what happens. Kicks them all out. He's back to his striking ways. We'll see if those missed spares play any role in the scores today. Meanwhile, Sean Goucher working on a triple. Frame 4, lane 8 here at Langlo South. There's the ball across 3rd arrow. Comes in, kicks them all out. The ball finishing at 12 o'clock. Great form for Sean Goucher. That's 4 in a row for FGB. Speaking of my friends, I've got Scott Grieve with me here in the booth.
You don't want to put me in the microphone.
As long as you keep it clean, sir, I don't mind.
That's never happened before.
That's true, because none of us are clean here.
We got Yoshi. Yoshi looks like he's lost weight again. I don't know what kind of...
Yeah, so tell me, what are you seeing today? How are things going?
They're wide open. A lot of strikes.
There's the ball. Cross 4th arrow. Ball comes in, and he gives it the booty shake. And how are you bowling today, sir?
I'm not bowling yet. I still got flip-flops on.
And where have you been hanging out today?
The bar.
And there you have it.
No, I'm watching the wife bowl, actually. I'm watching the wife bowl. Yeah.
And how's she doing?
She's good. She hasn't bowled since her surgery, so first time back since she's bowled since her surgery. So like first time in 6 months she's bowled.
All right. Good to have her back out.
120, 120s. Yeah, she gets, her yearbook's 115, 116.
Okay,
so,
good deal.
Yeah, man.
Always appreciate when people can be part of the federation, get back into the action.
I took the picture today.
Okay.
I put it online about the first event of Federation. I was talking to Cliff about it today and how much it's grown.
Okay.
The very first event.
Okay.
5 years ago.
Oh, yes. Okay, fantastic.
There was 10 teams.
And now there's what, like...
God, I don't even know.
26 or something
I don't even
like
know.
that?
Everybody's changed their names. I don't even have a clue.
Well, we know it's growing and that there are other states that want to start up. It's only going to get better.
It's bad when I walk in and don't know half the people in the bowling alley. That's the worst part.
That just means that you have an opportunity to make friends, my friend.
Because I'm not around enough.
Now, are you bowling in the squad later today?
Yeah.
All right, with the Outlaws?
With the Outlaws. As
okay.
Always.
Who's on your team?
Oh, man. The usual crew minus a couple. Had a couple, so.
Okay. All righty. Well, listen, thank you for stopping by. Always good to talk to you.
I had
Scott
to come over
Grieve.
and mess with you. And I made a whole segment staying clean. I didn't say one cuss word.
I appreciate that, sir. Back to the action. 4 in a row for Sean Goucher. We're looking at Anthony Russo. He's coming back from a strike. Frame 5.
She's coming when she's done bowling with co-host with you.
Yeah. Just got noticed that Missy Bishop will be joining us in the booth in a little bit. We always appreciate her. She's a fan favorite, member of the Pink Ladies. Flat 10 for Anthony Russo. Mr. Yosh, how are you feeling today?
I suck today.
Looks like your ball's having a little bit of trouble reading.
Yeah, it's all me.
Okay.
My timing is off again. I had a out-of-body experience yesterday.
Okay.
Now we're back to reality.
Well, it does happen. I'm sure you'll make it work. Sean Goucher leaving a flat 10. Lanes are starting to transition. The deeper you go, the more you're going to have to play with your hand position to make sure the ball gets through the pit properly. Bowlers will move left. They'll chase the oil. But first, we got to see if people can make their spares. Anthony steps up. He missed it last time. Looks like he got the word. He made it this time. Nicely done for Anthony Russo. Sean Goucher next. Let's see if he can respond. Every single pin matters. Goucher steps up. There's the ball. Comes in, and he whiffs it. A little bit of timing. All right, Kenny Riggs Jr. working on a triple. There's the ball. The Astrofix comes in. A little high. Leaves the 6. Let's take a look at Yosh. He owns it. Doesn't blame the bowling alley. After all, the bowler throws the ball. Working on a double. Frame 5. Yosh throws the ball between 5th and 4th arrow. Comes in and a nice strike. That's 10 in the pit. That's a triple for Don Yoshihara. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Kenny Riggs converts it nicely. No problem there. We'll see if he has to make an adjustment to get back to his striking ways. All right, frame 6. Austin Vogt working on a double. There's the ball across 4th arrow. Comes up, and he leaves a weak 10. Folks who are not rev dominant sometimes can have trouble shaping the shot if you don't have enough rev rate to give the recovery and push through the pins.
Look, you inspired me to strike.
You know what, brother? I'm here for you, man.
You're Bean's inspiration.
Oh, my goodness. What happened to Brandon? He leads the 3-6. Now, what ball are you using right now?
Intel Pearl.
Intel Pearl, yeah. So I was noticing the counterattack solid didn't look like it had enough bounce on the back.
Yeah, I threw it in the fill ball the first game.
Yep.
And I thought they had broke down enough to where I could move 3 and 1 left. And I don't think that it was the fact that the ball wasn't strong enough. I think it just burned up.
Okay.
The cover's too strong in the early.
Okay, so with the Pearl, you get a little more energy retention. Yep. Ball comes back and can push it into the
Definitely
pit.
Seems like the fronts have started to go here.
Fantastic.
Makes sense. You see what we got here.
Yeah, and you guys have been moving left.
In front of the snack bar. Burn them up.
Yep.
Mr. Adler.
Always a fan favorite.
Mr. Adler, I appreciate that.
It's better than Mrs.
How about them Let's get to real talk. How about them Mets?
Amazing Mets.
Everybody thought they were done at the trade deadline, and they were fools for making that trade. Look at that. Watch out. What, a half game back?
Andrew, how are you bowling tonight?
How am I bowling? I'm bowling all right. I'm at like
phenomenal for someone that
490 at the turn right now.
participates 3 times a year.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, it's impressive.
I spend more time running around doing everything than actually bowling.
Your efforts are.
Well, we don't want that to happen. Let's not get in his way and let the man bowl.
That's right. Let the man bowl. I like the way you're.
All righty. Let's get back to the action.
Good stuff, Pete.
Thank you, sir. All righty. There's the ball. Converts. Joey Flood. He's got 5-bagger 9 spare. Not a bad place to be. And clean. 149 going into the 7th. All right. But we're still in the 6th. On the right, Corey Masura working on a strike. There's the ball. Cross 4th arrow. Comes in. Ring in 10. Looks like it deflected. He might want to change the angle. All right, Anthony Russo working on a spare, frame 6. There's the ball across 4th arrow, comes in and leaves another ring in 10. Lots of ring in 10s. Oil is being broken down. Players will have to adjust. Let's see if Corey can make his spare. There's the ball. Well done. So far, Corey Masura has only left 1 open frame so far through 2.5 games of bowling. Very impressive. Alrighty, Anthony Russo steps up to make his spare. Gonna be close. Oh, and he missed it. That's the second one for Anthony Russo. There's Sean Goucher, and he kicks them all out. He is mixing it up tonight. Nice thing about this, our booth back here, the feed has got a 30-second delay, so if bowlers want to see the replay, they can come back and see what it looks like. Alrighty, Kenny Riggs Jr. on the left, working on a spare, frame 6. There's the ball, and the astrophysics puts all 10 in the pit. Well done, Kenny Riggs Jr. Meanwhile, Yosh will try to respond into 6, working on a triple, throwing the Intel Pearl between 3rd and 4th. Arrow ball checks up, and another strike for Yosh. Looks like he's getting back to his form. Don Yoshihara. That's right, the shot did find you. What are we drinking today?
Little Tito's.
I like Tito's. There's
Apparently
Brandon.
It's the drink of choice. And anything that keeps Beans happy is good by me.
Hey, man, liquid spinach.
That's right.
Folks, got Don Yoshihara in the booth with us, hanging
Chill
out.
a little, it keeps me out of trouble.
That's right, we're staying out of trouble. What it's all about.
Getting good feedback here, are you?
Speaking of trouble, want to see Mr. Breakbank out here one of these days?
Yeah, where's Xavier?
He's at home watching, I think, but we
Come
give
on,
him nothing but
Xavier.
love.
We need you here, buddy.
That's right.
Represent. You are Mr. Brunswick in the area.
And the original OG Brunswick staffer in the Tampa area.
OG.
That's right.
He created this thing.
That's
that we
right.
Call.
So we give him lots of love. Brunswick is one of our featured sponsors today. So again, shout out to all of our sponsors, including our Deviate and Radical brand sponsors, Jason Zook and Jimmy Nemeth.
Mr. Zook.
Corey Masur on the left, frame 7. Let's see what he can do. Working on a spare. Ball comes in, and he gets a nice strike.
Talk about somebody who's been bowling unbelievable for the past 2 months. Shows you what hard work and practice does.
Absolutely, and I've noticed he does commit himself to fitness,
Absolutely.
which gives him an advantage over other bowlers because he can drive harder,
Very, very
throw
strict
faster.
regimen, eats right, takes care of himself.
Something I will never do.
The new generation of bowlers that before when I was actually decent, we just drank and had fun. He's out there really committed to it.
Right? Some truth with Don Yoshihara here at Langlo. Sean Goucher working on a strike. Frame 7. There's the ball. And a nice strike. Alrighty. Anthony Russo. Let's see if he can come back from an open frame. There's the ball. A little bit of a loft. Comes in. And he kicks out the 10. Nicely done, Anthony Russo. Don Yoshihara working on a 4-bagger. Frame 7, throwing the Intel Pearl. Let's see what happens. He's playing deep across 5th arrow. Ball checks up, and a nice strike. 5-bagger for Don Yoshihara. It's Anchortown tonight for FGB. Kenny Riggs Jr. on the right, working on a strike. Frame 7. Team game bowling is winding down, but there's the ball. Comes in. And he kicks them all out. Kicked out the 5-10. Lefty's kicking out the 5-10.
That's another one. When he starts striking, he shoots zip codes.
Yes.
Kenny don't mess around. When he
He
starts
does
striking,
not.
you're in trouble.
And he's throwing the ball at
Same
anywhere
with,
from 18 to 19 miles per hour.
Same with Mr. Russo. He put on a clinic here yesterday afternoon.
Oh, yeah?
He had, I'd say, pretty close to 850 the last 3.
Woo!
I think he had 1090 for the 4-game set.
Woo! That's Joe Brandon territory.
That's striking right there, my friend.
Speaking of Joe Brandon, there's the ball. Working on a spare. Comes in. Oh, and he leaves. Kicks out the 10. That's always better to be leaving a spare than 2. I've seen a lot of 7-10 leaves in this house. Is that common here at Langlo?
The last couple of times I bowled here, it seemed like the backs are a little bit tighter. Normally we don't bowl down here. We normally at the high end when we bowl all of the weekly sweepers. They have the singles and the trios and everything. But it definitely, when we started here, it seemed like, I don't know if it was because we're in front of the snack bar.
A lot of heat here.
Yeah.
The oil pushes easier.
It definitely seemed like the backs were a little tighter, so
Yes.
it kind of gave everybody a bad read early.
Yep.
And now we're catching up.
Now that there's a little bit of friction to bounce off of.
Yep. That's what happened. Like Gerald next door with the Riot Squad.
Now, I noticed that yeah, exactly.
He's really getting into it now. He's finally.
Better watch out, because when Gerald gets lightened
groove.
up, he can throw the ball.
Yeah, Gerald's created a good atmosphere here this year with the Federation. We've got a little call-outs and got a little more money on the side just to have a little more fun. Nothing serious, obviously, but everybody having a good time. Not just here bowling for a big travel league. It's a different buzz this year. It's kind of cool. Plus, obviously, with you streaming this, is a good experience for us all.
And we want a different kind of energy here, not just the regular.
Absolutely.
Speaking of energy, Corey Masur with another strike. That boy is on fire. And you could argue that he's 2-9 spares in frames 4 and 6 were robbed because one of them finished strong and one of them semi-strong. And that could just be the rack for all we know.
Yeah, he switched I think he switched to an IQ, the fill ball in the last game, and he's like, and he boned 8. He's like, that ball's going to get some play now, so he's ready to go.
Well done. Anthony Russo, that's right. Anthony Russo with another strike. Yosh always giving it to you straight. No BS. Getting hot in here. It's going to be a lot of fun when we get to the Baker format games. Alrighty, Sean Goucher. Let's see what he's got. Alrighty, Goucher steps up. The ball's across third arrow. And a little bit flat, leaves the 7-10. Your ball cannot go into the angle with only 2 degrees of entry. Otherwise, it just won't work. Kenny Riggs Jr. comes in. Another 10 in the pit. That's 3 in a row for Kenny Riggs Jr. Of course, 7-10, you make them, it's always a good thing. It does happen, not usually, but anybody, it's a bowler's chance if you throw it fast. Sean can throw it fast. Let's see what happens. There's the ball. Nope. Leaves the 7. Alrighty. Yosh is on a 5-bagger. Feeling great. Laughing his butt off. Folks, if you don't know, this is what Federation is all about. Good times, good bowling, camaraderie, electric atmosphere. Let's see if we can continue that electricity into the 8th. Yosh steps up, delivers a ball right across 4th arrow. Comes in. A little high, but carries it all. That's 6 in a row for Don Yoshihara. You got away with one.
Yeah. I cheated a little, I won't lie.
There we go. Joe Brennan.
Ball change.
Oh! Kicked out the 4-9. Joe Brennan. The lanes are paying him back one because they've robbed him a couple times.
It's good to be the king.
That's right. Well, with rev rate like that, you don't even need a ball. You can throw a soccer ball. Alrighty.
Rev rate and power.
Austin Vogt. Great form.
Austin's bowled very well today.
Yeah, and he's using an IQ tour.
adjustments.
He's shaping the shot. You know, he's staying around with it.
The last couple of times I bowled with him, he got in trouble because the head started going.
Yes.
But he stayed ahead of the adjustments.
Yes.
He stayed left of every move he needed to make.
There's Corey. Comes back in, and he kicks out the 10. That's 3 in a row for Corey Masur in foundation frame. Love me some 80s music. Alrighty. Joey Flood, next up, coming off an open frame, foundation frame, which is frame 9, for those of you who don't know. Lane 8. Joey steps up. There's the ball between second, third arrow, and leaves the 2, just a little bit light, but an easy spare to convert. Already. Sean Goucher, foundation frame, coming off an open frame. Comes in, buries 10 in the pit, ball exiting between 12 and 11 o'clock. Looks like he found his look. Should be enough to go into the Baker game, since he'll be going on the opposite lane next frame. Joey Flood looking to convert. That's an easy one to pick up. Well and nicely done. Mike Ward in the far left. Comes in a little high. Love his sunglasses. Mike Ward is a boss. Shout out to Mike Ward. Love that guy. There's Yosh. Ball comes in. Finishes 12 o'clock. 10 in the pit. That's a 7-bagger for Yosh going into the 10th. Ball speed at 15.46 miles per hour. It's not about how fast you throw it, folks. It's about entry angle and energy to the pins. If you need more information on that, hit up Mo Pinnell and you'll get mowed. Alrighty. Frame 9, foundation frame. Anthony Russo working on a double. Yosh, you're on a 7-bagger. What is going on?
I've got to give you credit for that. You were the one that told me to get that ball, where to drill it, exactly told me how to lay it out based on my PAP, and it's been pure money. It's the only ball I threw yesterday. 4 games yesterday. No, I didn't leave one 10-pin.
Really?
It was absurd. I had an out-of-body experience. I thought I channeled my inner Jason Zook, Sean Nauman, David O'Sullivan. I felt like a hero yesterday.
Fantastic. Speaking of hero, Kenny Riggs Jr., anchor for the opposite team, the Dream Team. Let's see what happens. Another strike. That's 4 in a row. This man is on fire.
Not even giving me a chance.
Both of you guys are clean. It's anybody's game. Let's see what happens. Teams always have a chance. And right now the score, going into the 10th, 767 versus 751.
Don just needs to go back to throwing his other ball. It was the first 2 games. I like that ball a lot better.
Joe Brandon stepping up, working on a strike. Frame 10, and he leaves a ring at 9, just a smidgen high. That's okay. Easy spare to pick up. Hard to control when you got rev rate like Joe Brandon.
Common ball change. Most people go from a Rhino to a Conspiracy Pro, right? You see that a lot, don't you? Oh, Austin giving a little slow.
Little slow.
First mistake he's made all day.
Yeah. The problem that I've noticed is that if he just comes around the side a little bit too much or slows down, ball just reads early because he doesn't have the ball speed at 14.9.
Especially where his laydown is, the fronts are almost gone. I mean, you've had Corey, you've had Sean, you've had basically everybody right there from the start. So
he's probably going to need to move to a pearl or else move left a little bit and really project.
Meathead. Mr. Masur with the opportunity.
Let's see what happens with Austin Vogt. Will he make it? He's going to take his medicine. He's going to get the wood, and that's what you do in team games. You don't want to take any chances. Every 10 pin counts. 223 for Austin Vogt. Joe Brandon stepping up. Last throw of the game. 194 going into this throw. Comes in nice. Ball finishes in the pit. He'll settle for 204. Clean game. And you could argue he got robbed more than a few times.
Joe's ready for the Baker now.
That's right. Next up, Joey Flood working on a spare. Frame 10. There's the ball between 3rd and 4th arrow. Checks up, and he gets a nice strike.
Joey, another one that's been bowling really good lately.
Absolutely. He's got ball speed, too, at 17.61.
Lost damn near 100 pounds over the past year and really has been bowling good lately.
Absolutely. Speaking of goalie Bud, another strike. That's 4 in a row for young Corey Masura. Both these guys focusing on fitness, and it's paying off for their game. Joey, second throw of frame 10. A ring and 10. Somebody call the police, folks. He got robbed. I always tell people if their ball finishes in the middle, but you get a ring and 10, you had too much power, that means you pretty much got robbed. It could have been anybody's. Versus when it deflects and it didn't finish enough, where most people move left. Sometimes you want to move right.
I was always a firm believer. For me, if I went ring 10 on what I considered a really good shot, I would just move a 2 and 1 left.
Yes.
And it might not have made that much of a difference in shape, but just mentally it would maybe delay the roll a little, kind of cut down the entry angle.
Absolutely.
And maybe try to get that 6 to do a little dance in the.
Speaking of dancing, did you see the moonwalk that 5-pin did for Corey? That is fantastic. He is on fire right now. He's got 5 in a row going into the last throw of team bowling.
Big shot here for Corey, the 235 triplicate.
Yes,
That's
sir. He's pretty good for a 700.
Award.
Oh, yes?
You would have got a very nice coaster for that.
Alrighty. There's the ball between 3rd and 4th arrow. Is he lined up? And another strike. That's 6 in a row to close out for a very respectable 235. Well done, Corey Masura. He's got to be doing good on his action.
I just said, that used to be a coaster.
225 for Joey Flood. Very good. Alrighty. Going back to the action. On the left, Anthony Russo. 3 in a row going into the 10th. There's the ball. Checks up. Side roll's good. Finishing at around 11 o'clock. That's 4 in a row for Anthony Russo.
Russo putting on a lesson. He, again, another one that's kind of just goes under the radar. Not a lot of people give him the attention. but once he gets locked in, he can shoot some phone
His
phone
form
numbers.
is good, even though it's not accentuated, because he has continuous motion. There's nothing, robotic about it.
Yep.
Very, very good follow through. Speaking of follow through, Sean Goucher, one of the best backswings out here in Tampa area. There it is. Side roll's good. Comes in and gets a nice strike.
Made a really good ball change. The end. Actually, just guessing off. He wanted to change in the 10th frame of game 2, but didn't, and just decided to make the switch first frame and to the real one, and it was the right call.
Absolutely. And another strike for Anthony Russo. Folks, we did see a gutter ball over here on frame lane 9. You can't see it. As we say at Midtown, oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. 0. Alrighty. Getting back to the action. Sean Goucher, throw 2 of frame 10. Let's see what happens. There's the ball. Third arrow. Checks up. And another nice strike for Sean Goucher. That's 3 in a row. The strikes are heating up. It's a really close game, 872 to 881. And right now, a bad throw could cost the team the game. Alrighty, there's the ball. Anthony Russo, a little bit wide. That's okay. He'll finish with a very respectable 220, which you could argue should have been 250 because he got robbed on frames 6 and 4. But you didn't convert, and that's why the game is close. Sean Goucher, next throw, final throw, another strike, 4 in a row to finish with a very nice 233. Alrighty, 891 for FGB versus 877 for the Dream Team. Looks like the Dream Team will need some help, and Don is on a 7-bagger. Anthony, thank you. Alrighty. Final frame, 7-bagger, Don Yoshihara. Balls across 4th arrow. Intel Pearl comes back, and he carries. Nicely done. That's an 8-bagger for Don Yoshihara. Folks, it's starting to heat up right now. Strike fest galore. Kenny Riggs Jr., 5 in a row. Second throw. There's the ball. Another strike. The anchor gets it in. That's 6 in a row for Kenny Riggs Jr. Alrighty, second throw, Don Yoshihara. There's the ball, right across 4th arrow. Comes back in, a little high, and kicks out the 4. Oh my God. That man is carrying 1577 ball speed. Completely different line than the lefty, even if he was a righty. Not even the same type of game. Doesn't matter. And the ball selection is Storm versus Brunswick. Classic matchup. Anthony Riggs Jr., Kenny Riggs Jr., last throw, leaves a 7. Leaves the game with 268. Well done, Kenny Riggs Jr. Last throw for Yosh, cross 4th arrow. Comes in, mixes it all up, finishes sheet with 279. Alrighty. I'm going to get the scores up here in a minute. There are your scores. Austin Vogt with a 682 series, beat by Joe Brandon for a 685 series. Corey Masura, 705, takes Joey Flood with a 698. Anthony Russo, 7032, very well done. Takes Sean Goucher with 674. And Kenny Riggs Jr., 725, takes Yosh, 707. The team scores, totals, 28-37 for the Dream Team. Take the FGB, 27-71. That's the end of our regulation team bowling. Next up will be the Baker format games.
Yeah, I would say.
We'll show you how to fucking bowl.
We like to play bowl. It's all right. How about that?
Alrighty, the camera has been readjusted. We're getting ready to do Baker format games. And folks, if you've never seen a Baker format game, you're really in for a treat. Let me explain how this works. With Baker format, players will alternate frames. So each player will get a frame and they will repeat, typically in a 4-person team. So you have one player will play frame 1, one player will play frame 2, one player will play frame 3, one player will play frame 4, and then they go back to the top of the list. And then the first player will play frame 5. And that will repeat, so on until they get towards the end of it. It can be tricky because the lane breakdown takes a big swing because instead of it going, you know, frame after frame for the same 3 people, it's just going to go all the way through. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this works. Going to make a small adjustment to the camera one more time. Stay with us.
Get that greasy fucking head off the live stream.
It's like we're getting ready to start the Baker game. They're getting the computer set up. I'm going to check in with the chat.
Yeah, but that guy has I mean, we definitely lost by a good amount, but not as much as this game. If I bowl twice a week, one Monday or the rest of the bowl back to back and I'm in these fucking dumb shoes. No, not at all.
Yeah, you don't want to lose money. Tampa. Downtown. Okay, the Baker format is starting. The Dream Team is Team B, FGB is Team A. Here we go. First ball out. Nice strike. Positions have been chosen. They don't have to go in the same order as before. Here we go. Yosh comes out, comes the ball, and leaves a weak 10. And if you think spares didn't matter before, they really matter now. A missed spare can be the difference between life or death. Oh, and a ringing 8 for Kenny Riggs Jr. Let's see if Yost can convert. There's the ball. Converts nicely. Alrighty. Nicely done. Spares are converted. Alrighty, there's the ball. And he kicks out the 2. Well done, Sean Goucher. Alrighty, next up. Leaves a little, a light 10. Let's see if FGB, or excuse me, the Dream Team can make the spare. There's the ball. And a whiff. Let's see if that will come into play. Next up, Joe Brannon for the FGB. Comes in, a little high, leaves the 2-8-10. Next up, the Dream Team. Leaves the 4-7-10, a nasty split. Again, just a reminder, today's broadcast sponsored by Cool It, Bowler Smart, 12-bagger, and our featured sponsor, Brunswick Bowling. Go to brunswickbowling.com to take in all the latest. Oh, and a nice spare conversion for Joe Brennan. Go to brunswick.com to check out the latest products from Brunswick Bowling Products. Alrighty. Right now the score, 60-57 in favor of FGB. That's 2 opens for the Dream Team. We'll see how that plays. Next up, FGB. Corey Masura on lane 7 representing that team. Frame 5. Little high, leaves this 6-10. Alrighty. Here we go. Dream Team's there. Right across third arrow. And a nice strike. Anthony Russo putting it down for the Dream Team. Okay, let's see if Corey Masura can convert. Stay clean. There's the ball. Oh, and he chops the 6. Leaves the 10. All right, going into the 6. 87-57 in favor of FGB, the Dream Team at 57. Kenny Riggs Jr. delivers the ball. There it is. And leaves a weak 7. Not something you see him leave a whole lot of. Alrighty, back to Yosh. Let's see if they can come back from an open frame. Frame 6. There's the ball across fifth arrow. Checks up, and a nice strike. Let's see if Kenny Riggs can convert. Nicely done. Alrighty, going into frame 7 on the left for FGB, working on a strike. Sean Goucher. There's the ball. Cross fourth arrow. Comes in. Little high. Leaves the 4. Next up for Dream Team, Austin Vogt. Frame 7, working on a spare. There's the ball between third and fourth arrow. Rolls in. Leaves a weak 10. Not enough angle to kick that out. Meanwhile, Sean Goucher looking to convert the 4. Should be an easy conversion. There it is. Or the 8, excuse me. Alrighty. Next up, let's see if Austin can convert. There's the ball. Nicely done. Next up, Joe Brennan for FGB on the left, frame 8, working on a spare. There's the ball, 6th arrow, a little high, leaves the 4. Ball speed at 1634. The lanes are just really tore up, and people are migrating left with all that rev rate. Joey Flood throwing the ball across third arrow, comes in, kicks out a strike. Dream Team is back to their striking ways. Still a close game. Let's see if Brandon can convert. Well done. Alrighty, so going into the 9th, someone's getting booed. Sounds like there might have been another gutter. You know what we say about that. Alrighty, but back to this. Foundation frame, Anthony Russo for the Dream Team. Right now, FGB 126, Dream Team 116. Let's see what happens. Russo's team working on a strike. There's the ball across third and fourth there. Comes in a little high, leads the 3-6-10. Of course, they got to still give lane courtesy because other teams are still bowling. Definitely well appreciated. Let's see what's up. On the left, Corey Missouri waiting in the wings. Frame 9, foundation frame. FGB at 136 going into the 9th. There's the ball. Cross fourth arrow. Comes up. And a nice strike. Corey Missouri delivering in the foundation frame. Anthony Russo, let's see if he can convert. Oh, and he whipped it. Looked like there might have been an approach issue. That's going to cost him. Right now, 156 to 144 in favor of FGB. Frame 10. Yosh in the wings. Here we go. Steps up. There's the ball. Checks up. And he kicks it out. Nice mixer for Don the Yosh. All right, Kenny Riggs Jr. Frame 10. Little high, almost left a split. This game is over in favor of FGB, but there's another one that is going to be had because there's 2 games of Baker Family Bowling. There's the ball. Comes up, and another oh! Thought that was going to fall. Let's see if Yosh can make the 10. Neither of these teams will be clean. That will close out for FGB with a 195. Last throw for the Dream Team, Kenny Riggs Jr. And a nice strike for Kenny Riggs Jr. Dream Team will close out with 164. So game 1, Baker, is 195 for FGB versus 164 for the Dream Team. There's one more game, folks. It's the final game of bowling today on the live stream. Let's see what happens. They're going to start it right back up. I'm here with Austin. Austin, it looks like it's getting really toasty out there. Tell me about what's going on the lane conditions.
Yeah, the left lane in particular is a lot drier than the right lane. I left 2 weak 10s. My ball just wasn't coming around the corner on the right lane. So hopefully on the left lane it'll be better.
Okay. You guys switched lanes on this time, right?
Yep. Yeah, so the next game our team will be on the left lane.
Okay. And are you making any ball changes?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to stick with what I'm at with the IQ Tour.
Okay. Good luck and good bowling.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Yosh is looking to strike. Here he comes, and he kicks it out. That's 2 in a row for FGB. Meanwhile, back to the left, Anthony Russo. Left the 4-8. Let's see if he can convert. Oh, a little bit misthrown. That'll cost him. Folks, I'm joined with Andrew Adler. Andrew, what's going on?
Not much. How's it going out there?
Well, it looks like they switched lanes. FGB took Baker game 1, so now they switched. I'm told that the left lane is a little bit tighter or a little bit more burnt than tighter than the right lane. We'll see what happens. Right now, looking at Sean Goucher. There's the ball, cross third arrow, and he gets a nice strike.
Nice. Good shot. Yeah, this is a heck of a matchup. The Dream Team was they were the runners-up for the Southeast Conference last year. They lost to the Average Joes in the final match over at Lakeland back in June. And then the new team here, the FGB, they are absolutely brand new. There's like a combination of a few different franchises. They wanted to form their own, basically, superpower team, and they look like they're going to be front runners for the season right now. We'll see how it goes.
They do look formidable. There's Joe Brandon. Ball across fifth arrow. Checks up, and he carries a nice strike.
Oh, I got to go bolt.
All righty. Good luck. All righty. Joey Flood with a nice strike for the Dream Team. So that's 3 in a row for the Dream Team. Now we're going into frame 5. Let's take a look at Corey Masura so far working on a 4-bagger. There's the ball across fourth arrow. Ball comes in and leaves a wrapping 10. He'll want to stay clean. Alrighty, let's see if Corey can make his spare. There's the ball, end over end. Nicely done, because all spares matter. Okay. Back to the left. We'll be looking at Anthony Russo for the Dream Team. That team is working on a triple. Frame 5 of the second and final Baker format game. Anthony steps up. There's the ball. A little bit of side roll. Checks up and kicks out the 10. Well done, Anthony Russo. That's 4 in a row for the Dream Team. Back to FGB. Frame 6. Here we go. Yosh working on a spare. Ball between fourth and fifth arrow. Little bit light. Leaves the 2-8. The booty shake didn't work this time. Looks like he was signaling it might have been a little bit of end over inside roll. Let's see what happens. Kenny Riggs coming through. Destroys the rack. That's 5 in a row for the Dream Team. Yosh will look to convert, and they'll want to stay clean. And he does exactly that. So it's 137-127 in favor of FG, but not for long if Austin Vogt strikes. There's the ball, comes in, and there's a strike. And they are probably ahead now with a 6-bagger. Let's see if Sean Goucher can respond. FGB working on a spare. Frame 7, 137 going into the 7th. There's the ball. Goucher delivers it. Comes in, and he kicks it out. He's playing a tight line, but it seems to be working. They're back to their striking ways. Both teams 157 apiece, but the advantage going to the Dream Team because they're on a string of strikes. Frame 8, Joey Flood. There's the ball between third and fourth arrow. Chicks up, and he leaves the 6-10. Alrighty, Joe the Boss Brannon on frame 8, working on a strike. There's the ball. He's playing super deep. Checks up, and another strike. That's 2 in a row for FGB. Folks, it could be anyone's game right now. They are not screwing around. Joey Flood, there's the ball. Will it convert? Nicely done. Good thing it didn't chop it, because with transition like this, anything can happen. 187 for the Dream Team versus 177 for FGB. FGB on 2 strikes. Foundation frame, Corey Masur. There's the ball, fourth arrow. Comes up and got out of trouble. Leaves the 10. Possibly a little bit slow or ran into some transition because these lanes are toast. Let's see what happens. Anthony Russo, foundation frame, frame 9. There's the ball across fourth arrow. Another strike, Well done for the Dream Team. And it looks like the Dream Team is starting to run away here. The energy is high. These guys are not playing around, and they are throwing balls with bad intentions. Let's see if Corey Masura can convert. There's the ball. Nicely done. His form is impeccable. Making the spares when it counts. That's what makes a really good bowler. Alrighty, 10th frame. It's down to the anchors. This is how it always comes. 197 for the Dream Team versus 206 for FGB. Excuse me, 207 versus 206. Kenny Riggs Jr. There he goes. Another strike. Let's see if Don Yoshihara can respond. There's the ball across fourth arrow. And he leaves the 7. That should just about wrap it up. Let's see what happens, though. There's the ball. And another nasty strike. Kenny Riggs is on fire. Yosh will look to convert. Okay, final ball of the game for Kenny Riggs Jr. for the team, and he closes out sheet 4 in a row for a very respectable 257. And Don threw it straight, keeping it on there with 234. So, looks like Baker games are tied, and the score, 257 for the Dream Team versus 234. Wow. What an amazing day of bowling. Folks, really appreciate you guys spending your time with us today. What an amazing amount of bowling, and we really appreciate the support. We appreciate our sponsors, Brunswick, Bowler Smart, Coolwick, 12-bagger, and of course, Bowler's Rant. Really appreciate the Dream Team and FGB putting on a clinic. Some really good strikes. It's going to hang out here for a second, see if anything else happens. Might be some side matchups. Stand by. Be right back. Okay, folks, I've been informed that is the end of the show. Really appreciate you guys spending your time with us today. And if you want to see the repeat, go back to the Federation Bowling page, and you can check out all the action. This is Chris Beans, and until we see each other again, bowl well.